What's up, guys? Edrone here, and today we have a problem with our Runcam Split 2. Stay tuned. I'm making this video as more of an awareness and more of a what not to do to hopefully prevent somebody else from doing what I did last night with my Runcam Split. And I'm not blaming Runcam Split. I'm not blaming Runcam for this. However, there is some things that I noticed that need to be talked about and needed to be put a video out about. So hopefully educate you guys. If you are deciding to get this camera, there's some things that you need to know. So let's first off by saying my camera is not connected to my board, as you can see, and neither is this one. So last night I was trying to make a video on installing this, and I definitely was taking my time. I had the camera out of my way. I was completely focused on doing this, so I don't want you to think that I got distracted by making the video and that's why this happened. So, as you guys know, the original Runcam Split that I had in my Martian 2, I changed the way that it was hooked up with this this case here. This case sat on the front, and that's how it secured the Runcam Split, because the holder that comes with the Runcam Split, the metal bracket, definitely gives you some jello in your footage, and it's just not very nice. So, as you guys know, I purchased this 3D printed mount here for the Runcam Split, the original version, and in order to install the Runcam Split, the original Runcam Split, into this adapter piece, you have to unscrew the lens, okay? So I thought, okay, no big deal. So I'm going to go ahead and unscrew the lens on my Runcam Split 2. No problem. Unscrewed just fine, nice and snug. However, this is where it gets interesting. And keep in mind, I did have the light off when I did this because you don't want to damage the sensor. But doesn't matter now, obviously. But if you look inside here, do you see all those shavings? You see all that gray stuff in there? Yeah. So, evidently, I don't know why, but Runcam Split in the Runcam Split 2 has put some kind of plastic or nylon threading in the camera. And as you can see, the lens itself is actually metal. So you have metal going into this plasticky nylon type. Now let me show you a little bit more of what I'm talking about. The Runcam Split, the original version, let me go ahead and unscrew this. Okay, here we go. The Runcam Split, the original version, does not have any kind of plastic threads inside. It is all metal. You see that? Take a look at the Runcam Split version 2, okay? You can now clearly see that they have changed the threading from metal to some kind of plasticky nylon type threading, and is very susceptible to stripping, okay? I'll give you an example. When I hooked up my Runcam Split, the original one, I had zero issues with installing the lens back on. I simply put it in there, I twist it, and I can tighten this thing all the way down, and then you can refocus it however you see fit by twisting it until you get it in focus and then locking it with these lock rings, okay? Now, take a look at the Split 2. I had it all lined up in the mount here. Keep in mind I had the lights off because I know the light will damage the sensor. I had this pushed in here all the way in, and all I had to do was screw back in my lens. Now, watch what happens when I try to screw in the lens. I can get right about there, and it will not go any further. It is super tight. It definitely wasn't that tight when I first tried, and I can continue and keep trying to tighten it, but it is not going any further. You will not be able to focus this with the lens sticking out that far. Now you can also tell, the more I tried to do this, I must have tried 20 times. I must have tried 20 times to rethread this back into this camera, the lens back into the camera, and you can see that it stripped it right out because it's not metal in there. It's some kind of plastic nylon threading. But I tried my best to get this to go back in there, and as you can see, it is not going any further than that. Look at the Runcam split. Look how much further in that camera is. And I can go all the way down. You see this? I can go all the way down with the original camera, okay? This one, you can see it's already going cockeyed. It's starting to strip. It is not going back in there. It is super easy to strip these out, and this must be acknowledged and recognized, and I wanted to tell all you guys about it. So if you have the Runcam Split 2, you don't run into the same problem. As long as you're using a mount that does not require you to take the lens completely out, you'll be fine. You will not have any issues. But if you are using any kind of a 3D printed mount or any kind of a mount that requires you to take the lens off the Runcam Split 2, be aware, be warned, you may run into this problem. So I thought, okay, you know what? No big deal. So this camera's done. I'm not going to be able to use it. You know what I will do? I'll take this camera off of the board, and I'll just install this camera. I mean, it's pretty much the same hookup. It's a ribbon cable. It's Runcam Split, the original one. How much could really be different, right? Well, this is where my next problem came into. Here's the Runcam Split 2 board. Now, if you look right here, this is where the ribbon cable connects, okay? Now, right here, there should be a black plastic piece that locks in the ribbon cable once you insert the ribbon cable. So let me show you. I said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna just install this new ribbon cable off my old camera, just like so. Stick that in there, and then tighten it up. However, the small plastic piece in here that locks in the ribbon cable is extremely fragile. Now this part is my fault. So I went to go pull out the black plastic piece. I went to pull it out. That was my first mistake. It does not pull out, rather it pushes up to unlock. Now, this right here is frustrating to me because most all ribbon cables that I have seen, whether it be on a computer board or on a flight controller like the Maytech F405, all of the locking tabs that lock in the ribbon cable all pull out. They all pull outward. I've never seen any that push upward and downward. Now, there may be some, and I just am not familiar with it. And it does say on the Runcam website, it does tell you that you need to push this tab up, not out. And if you pull it out, you will damage the plastic, which is what I did. So that was completely my fault, operator error there. I did it incorrectly. So what happened was I pulled out the plastic piece. It did not break when it pulled out. It just pulled out. I was able to undo the ribbon cable, and I thought, okay, no big deal. I'll put the new ribbon cable back in and lock it back into place. So I put the new camera here, in here, and I put the ribbon cable in there, and I go to push the black piece back in, which was wrong. I should have tried to line it up here and push down to lock it in, but I didn't read the instructions and just assumed. Don't assume. Look on the Runcam website, because now I've just ruined a Runcam 2 as far as the plastic piece that locks in the connector. And when I went to go push the plastic piece back in, it broke in half. And I was just so frustrated at that point that I turned the lights off and I went to bed. But I'm making this video because I don't want the same thing to happen to someone else. And I've seen online that this has happened to a lot of people when trying to change the ribbon cable. The plastic piece has been breaking, or it comes out and they can't get it back in. This is very finicky, and I really do not like the way that it is set up. I wish it was like the Maytech F405. It pulls out, it's nice and secure. You don't have to worry about, you know, the piece snapping. I just don't like the way this ribbon cable was secure. So now I have a Runcam Split 2 brand new board here without a ribbon cable locking tab, which I went on the Runcam website to see if I could buy just the tab. I can't find it that I can see. You guys happen to find just the tab, let me know, because I will definitely try to get this thing back up and running. But as of right now, I cannot use this. I don't have a way to lock in the ribbon cable. I cannot use this board. And this camera right here, I cannot use this either because the threads are stripped out because they decided somewhere that they were going to change from the metal threads on the original Split, that's got the metal threads, nice and easy, to these nylon, plasticky, really just not durable threads, and they are extremely easy to cross thread. Anytime you have metal threads going in plastic, you run the risk of stripping out or cross threading. I don't know why they changed from the original version. I wish they had just left it the same. But I must have tried to screw this in here 20 or 30 times. I tried to line this up and screw it in. And it gets to a certain point and it just gets tight. It won't go any further. Now when I unscrewed this, this was way down here. Like it was down, maybe not that low, but it was way lower than that. I know it will go further than that. Matter of fact, there's a green little mark on here, and that green mark was actually way down here. So, you know, this right here, I am very frustrated with Runcam about this. This right here makes me very upset. I don't know why you would change from a good design. I don't know why you would change from metal threads to these plastic, nylon, easily strippable threads, but not cool. You know, and if you don't have to take it out, you won't run into this problem. If you never remove your lens, you won't have this problem. But let's just say you're flying and you bust a lens. You're going to have to take the lens out, and you're going to run into the same problem if you don't have it exactly lined up, exactly right. And when I tell you these threads are so fine, they are very, very fine. You have to have it exactly lined up, or you're going to cross thread. It's extremely easy to cross thread. I've taken this lens out 4 or 5 times. I've never had any issues with the original Split lens with the metal threads on metal thread. It goes in, it goes out. It doesn't even start unless it's right. So I want to let you know about that. If you didn't know already, this is my original Runcam Split board. Somehow, I haven't quite determined how yet, but somehow something hot touched this button here, and you can see it's just fried. So this button will no longer work, and anytime I hook it up, it just says unauthorized. It shows the Runcam display, unauthorized, flashes across the screen, and it just goes to a blank screen where I can't see any video. So that's not working correctly. So now I have 2 Runcams that I can't use right now. And I'm very frustrated about this, and I want to make this video to hopefully prevent anybody else from going through this terrible, terrible experience. If you can help it, don't ever take a lens out of the new Runcam version 2. Don't ever take the lens out unless you are really, really confident that you're not going to cross thread, because it's very easy to cross thread. Very, very easy. Whereas the original one, I had no problems whatsoever. I took it in, took it out, no issues whatsoever. So then, lead me back to, I ended up breaking this locking clip as well. And if you look at the two connectors here, let me get you zoomed in here. If you look at the two connectors, you will see that they're actually different sizes. So this locking pin will not even work for the version 2. They actually made this bigger, which is a good thing, and maybe it'll make it stronger. They made it bigger. However, you can't use the black locking for this side on this one. See that? They're actually different sized. They're different shapes. So let me know in the comments if you guys know where I can get just that black locking piece for the ribbon cable. Let me know, because if I can get that black locking piece, I can hook this camera back up to the Runcam split to board. Even though this is the original split camera, I'm pretty sure that it will work. I'm pretty sure it's the same camera. Even the ribbon cable looks very, very similar. If we look at the ribbon cable here, I don't think they changed the actual camera itself, except for the threads, obviously. But I should be able to use this particular camera with this board. I just need that black locking piece, and I can't find it anywhere. I've looked online, and I can't find just that black locking piece. And I'm not going to buy a whole nother board just for a black locking piece. This thing was like $80. So let me know down in the comments what you think. But as far as right now, I have decided to go a different route with my whole FPV system on the Martian 2 and on my Budget Basher race drone. I've decided to go two different ways. I've decided to go different ways. I'm not using the Runcam split unless you guys can happen to stumble across one of those black plastic pieces. I've decided to go a different route with the FPV system. So I went ahead and purchased the Runcam Eagle FPV camera, which I'm going to be putting on the Martian 2. And I'm also going to be putting an Runcam Eagle 2. I'm going to put a Runcam Eagle 2 on the Martian 2. And I'm going to put a Runcam Eagle 2 on the Budget Basher race drone. So I'm just going to be using a regular FPV camera. It's a CMOS sensor. It's supposed to be pretty decent with low lighting and everything, with detail. So that's what I'm going to be using for the FPV system. Now for my high def footage, I went ahead and purchased one of these. I'm going to put a link in the description for this particular item, but special shout out to Drone Camps RC. Justin Davis does really nice videos, and as you can see, this thing is going to record high def footage, and it is extremely affordable. It comes with a FPV bracket that you can mount on top of your quad. It only weighs 16 grams. Okay, the Hawkeye Firefly. This camera will shoot 1080p at 30 frames a second, which I'm not going to say is better than the split, but it's really nice that I don't have to buy two separate splits for two crafts. I can just have the one high-def camera and use it on whatever rig I'm flying, kind of like your GoPro. The reason I've never gotten a GoPro is because they're just too blasted expensive. I'm not going to spend more than I would on the whole quad for a GoPro. Just not going to do it. So this is a nice alternative. Now, don't get me wrong, this footage is not going to be anywhere near as good as a GoPro, but neither is the Runcam split. So, you know, you have to outweigh the pros and the cons here. This is a $27 action camera that's very lightweight, that I can strap on these drones, get my high def footage for $27. And if you crash, it's no big deal, because guess what? You didn't just smash your $300-400 GoPro Hero Session. You know, you just smashed a $25 camera. So that's what's going to be going on with the FPV system. So I want to give you guys an update. As soon as that Firefly camera comes in, we'll do a review on it. We'll show you some footage. Check it out. Also, the Runcam Eagle, I can't wait to get those in and get these mounted up and get the FPV system going. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And please share this video all over the forums, all over Facebook, all over the internet. And also, Make sure you go and follow the instructions to remove the ribbon cable correctly, unlike what I did. I completely did it the wrong way. I guessed at it, and now I've got no usable Runcam split as of the moment. But if you guys know where you can find one of those black locking tabs for the Runcam Split 2, put it down in the comments. I would greatly appreciate it. And maybe, just maybe, I could get the Runcam Split 2 back to life and get it on the quad. Thanks so much, guys. Till next time, edrone out.